Hello everyone, my name is Kate and I did my project on the Amazonian and larger Neotropical biome. The Neotropical region consists of the majority of South America, all of Central America and the Caribbean islands, and a portion of North America. The majority of the Amazon rainforest is in Brazil and extends into most of the surrounding countries in the equatorial region of South America. The region experiences heavy annual precipitation that increases going from east to west, with temperatures remaining under 100 degrees due to cloud cover caused by plant transpiration. Patterns of annual flooding in the Amazon define the wet and dry seasons. There are 3 types of rainforests in the Amazon. The terra firma forests are unaffected by seasonal floods and make up about 90% of the Amazon rainforest. Within the floodplains, Varsia forests grow along the whitewater rapids, while Icapo forests grow along clear and blackwater streams. The Amazon is home to a large freshwater ecosystem within its winding rivers. The Amazon rainforest contains 10% of all known species, with the region being known for its biodiversity. Epiphytes are non-parasitic arboreal plants that grow on another plant and make up as much as 50% of the canopy's available macronutrients. Vascular epiphytes such as ferns, orchids, and bromeliads are only 10% of epiphytic species, yet they are the majority of the epiphytes within the rainforest canopy. After being deposited on the host plant through animal feces, the parasitic strangler fig seed grows aerial roots toward the ground, wrapping around the host tree with growth accelerating once the ground is reached. They often outcompete and kill the host tree, starving it of both sunlight and nutrients, resulting in a hollow trunk. Kapok trees are some of the largest within the Neotropical region at around 160 feet. The trunk and branches can be covered in thorns, which prevent predation and the depositing of strangler fig seeds through animal feces. It can go up to a decade without flowering, with a mature tree producing up to 4,000 fruits, each with over 200 seeds during a single fruiting cycle. Mangrove trees grow along the riverbanks. Seeds of this tree can germinate while still attached to the mother plant, providing a head start when the seed detaches and is meant to establish on its own. Palms such as the acai palm grow abundantly in the Varsia forest along the whitewater rapids, growing large clusters of berries that have become a popular health food. Another giant of the Amazon standing at 160 feet or more is the Brazil nut tree. Its reproduction is difficult as the trees can only fruit in undisturbed lands, the flower's lids make pollination difficult, and only a single animal genus is adapted to break through the seed's woody casing. Euglissine bees are a diverse tribe of bees otherwise known as orchid or long-tongued bees. They are primary pollinators of over 700 orchid species and are almost the sole pollinators of the Brazil nut tree. Some of the largest beetles in the world, the male Hercules beetle grows up to 188 millimeters long with their characteristic horns. Their larvae are important detritivores and are crucial for the fast nutrient cycling in the Amazon. The glasswing butterfly has impressive adaptations against predation, as the translucent wings provide camouflage while their body stores compounds that cause stomach upset in predatory birds. Many tropical bird species, such as the sun conure and green aracari toucan, serve as important seed dispersers. Predation of these species hasn't been observed, but it's assumed that they're predated on by the typical predators of small birds, including snakes, felids, primates, and birds of prey. Anteaters are toothless insectivores who feed primarily on ants and termites using their specialized long and sticky tongue. The silky anteater is the smallest anteater and is arboreal with a prehensile tail. The largest species is the giant anteater at about 5 times the size of the silky anteater and consumes about 140 insects in a single feeding. New World monkeys are the primates of the Americas, such as tamarins, marmosets, howler monkeys, spider monkeys, and much more. Tamarins lack prehensile tails that many other monkeys possess, and they primarily eat fruits and insects. Howler monkeys have prehensile tails and also serve as important seed dispersers, particularly A. seniculus, who have been recorded dispersing nearly 140 different plant species, more than any other Alouatta species. Sloths are a characteristic animal of the Neotropics, as all living species reside in the region. They are known for their slow metabolism, which dictates every aspect of their existence. It can take them up to a month to digest a single meal, and they defecate only about once a week. The 2 sloth genera are differentiated by the presence of 2 or 3 claws on their forelimbs. Both the Hoffman's two-toed and brown-throated sloths are of least concern. The pygmy three-toed is listed as critically endangered. Predation hasn't been observed of the pygmy three-toed, but it's believed that they have the same or similar predators of other sloths, including felids, birds of prey, and large snakes. Jaguars are the largest cats in the Americas. They are solitary, ambush, and opportunistic hunters with a long list of potential prey items, and they have even been observed using their tail as a fishing lure. Harpy eagles are identified by their size and notable crest feathers that fan out around their head when threatened. They feed on a wide variety of prey as seen by the remnants found in a harpy eagle nest that includes various primates, armadillo, sloth, and other remains. The green anaconda is the world's largest snake by measure of weight. These constrictor snakes are semi-aquatic with eyes and nostrils placed on the top of their head, allowing the snake to remain mostly underwater as it waits for unsuspecting prey. Agoutis are the only genus capable of chewing through the woody casing of the Brazil nut. They bury excess seeds, making them important seed dispersers for a variety of plants and crucial for the Brazil nut tree. Manatees are large herbivorous aquatic mammals, and adults have no natural predators, however they are at risk of potentially deadly boat collisions. As the reproduction of the Brazil nut tree is difficult, it requires both the euglosine bee for pollination and agoutis for seed dispersal, making both groups of animals keystone species in the Amazon. Sloth's fur provides an ideal habitat for algae during the wet season. The green tint provides added camouflage for the sloth while also serving as an on-the-go, readily available food source for the animal. Sloth fur is also home to numerous insects, including sloth moths, who spend the majority of their adult lives in the sloth's fur and whose larvae feed solely on sloth dung. Insectivorous birds may also benefit from this, as the sloth's fur ends up acting as a buffet for the birds. In the tropics, numerous ant species build their nests in the tree canopy, and many of which are also gardening ants who seek out the seeds of vascular epiphytes to plant on or near their nest, contributing largely to the plant's abundance and distribution. They tend to their gardens by removing excess water and fertilizing it with animal feces, while the roots of the epiphyte strengthen the ant's nest. Within these ant nest gardens, some ant species cohabitate, such as within the Camponotus and Chromatogaster genera. The larger of the two constructs the nest and takes on most responsibility in regards to its maintenance, while the smaller species helps the other find valuable prey items such as termites and locusts. Deforestation is a major issue within the region, especially within Brazil, where about a third of global deforestation occurs. In 50 years, about 1/5 of the Amazon has been lost to deforestation, much of which is due to agricultural expansion. Beef, soy, and palm production are the main drivers of tropical deforestation, with cattle ranching alone accounting for nearly 3/4 of Brazil's deforestation. Brazil makes up about a third of global soy production, with over 3/4 of global soy being used for livestock feed, extending the effects of livestock agriculture on deforestation and habitat loss. Deforestation exacerbates the effects of climate change on the region, increasing frequency and severity of droughts, the temperature due to loss of cloud cover, and the drying wetlands that contribute to soil compaction, which increases emissions of nitrous oxide. Fires are worsened by droughts, while agriculture contributes heavily to igniting wildfires as ranchers and farmers burn plant material to quickly clear plots of land. Wildfires have affected up to 85% of the region's threatened species. The golden mussel was introduced to South American waters in the 1990s from the Yangtze River. The lack of natural predators has led to unchecked population growth, causing a decline in native mollusk populations, depletion of available nutrients to consumers, interference with river flow, and disruption of hydropower plants and water transport to nearby cities. Sloths are threatened by the presence of power lines, roads and vehicles, and dogs. Forest fragmentation and habitat loss worsen these issues as they force the animal to enter urbanized areas. Forest fragmentation leads to genetic isolation of populations, resulting in inbreeding and genetic abnormalities that may affect the animal's survivability. Sloth populations are threatened as they are removed from the wild and sold for photo or interaction experiences, resulting in unhealthy and stressful living conditions for the sloth, which cause most to die within 3 to 6 months of captivity. Sloth conservation efforts include rehabilitation and rescue, wildlife crossings, power line covers and insulation, and more. Within the Neotropics, primates are important seed dispersers that contribute heavily to forest regeneration. Of all New World monkey species, 36% are threatened, 63% are experiencing population decline, and 59% are impacted by livestock agriculture. Other threats include the demand for bushmeat, illegal animal trade, climate change, deforestation and habitat loss, and anthropogenic diseases. The critically endangered cotton-top tamarins experienced an 80% population decline in 18 years, as approximately 30,000 individuals were taken to the U.S. for colon cancer research in the 1960s and 70s. The endangered lion tamarin is primarily threatened by habitat loss driven by cattle ranching, cocoa plantations, and sawmills. The majority of the jaguar population is within the Amazon rainforest, as they are virtually extinct in the northern portion of their original range. Their declining populations are threatened by land fragmentation, deforestation and habitat loss, overhunting, road construction, prey depletion, and retaliatory killings from farmers. Many tropical birds are threatened by habitat destruction and the pet trade. They're desired as pets both for their stunning colors and their lovable personalities, as showcased by my buddy Rico, the toucan poking me in the eye with a blueberry as he tries to feed me. The spatchel tail is also threatened by hunting, as the heart of the male is thought to be an aphrodisiac. As of 2011, they were expected to lose over 50% of their population over the following 12 years. And that's all for my presentation. Thank you all for listening, and feel free to contact me with any questions you may have.